We're back to Prime News on HLN. We're about news and views, getting your views on the latest in the Haley Cummings case. Let's get the view of Jerry in California. Jerry, comment, question here?
Yes, I was wondering if anybody had any information about her background or her family. Does she have any brothers or anybody that might have, I don't know, somebody that...
Right. You're talking about Misty Cummings' family here. TJ, what about that? How much digging's gone on with Misty Cummings' family?
Obviously, she has a brother, she has a sister-in-law, and that's the case. And we've also heard about Cousin Joe, too. We've also heard stories about the van that was taken in for evidence gathering, and that was a van that was driven by Misty's sister-in-law, Chelsea, and a relative. The question remains is, who is the relative, and why are police not releasing the name of that said relative? I could not get an answer on who that relative was as late as 4 hours ago today.
And obviously, TJ, is it Cousin Joe? We're not getting a confirmation on that. And Cousin Joe was the guy who lives in Tennessee, right?
That's who I asked, and I was told that the investigation is ongoing, and we're not going to release any information on that.
Gotcha. Mike, we always seem to go back to this Cousin Joe every so often, don't we?
We sure do. You know, and I've said all along, let's go ahead and totally eliminate Cousin Joe. Just go ahead, Cousin Joe. Take a polygraph. Clear yourself. Because the FBI has interviewed him up in Tennessee already, and if I was the one of the case agents, I'd go, hey, Cousin Joe, why don't you come on in and talk to us and take a polygraph and clear yourself?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Anita, we talk about this. Obviously, Misty needs a lawyer, right?
Right.
And why didn't Ron and Misty go and get the same lawyer? Well, it just strikes me as odd that he's got himself 2 lawyers. She has 0. What's going on with that?
Well, they definitely should have separate attorneys because they may have a conflict. If Misty is involved and Ron's not, big conflict or vice versa. Okay. So they should get separate attorneys. And she really should get an attorney. I know the general public would say, oh, she must be hiding something if she gets an attorney. But on the other hand, if she's not hiding something, an attorney can help her navigate through those questions and maybe get to the truth, whether it's harmful or helpful to her. And if it's harmful to her, then an attorney can certainly steer her clear of that area.
Yeah. Hey, TJ, hasn't any lawyer come forward and say,
no.
Hey, Misty, I'll represent you? No offers, huh?
Knowledge. In fact, as she said, lawyers are for guilty people.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So she's putting up the Heisman, the stiff arm there to any lawyers out there.
Oh, yeah.
But I think,
go ahead, Mike.
I think the whole thing their family is saying is, hey, shut your mouth. I think that's a smart thing to do right now.
Yeah. Real quick, TJ, update us on any new searches, any new leads, because we talk a lot, but here let's get back to little Haley. I mean, anything going on with the search?
No physical searches, but a lot of investigative leads. I spoke with William Cobra Stobbs about a week ago, and he talked about a reenactment that he tried to stage with Misty and Ron. Ron was up for it. Misty balked at it. During conversation he had with Ron, and remember, this is only the word of Mr. Stobbs as relayed to me. I've not had any way of verifying this conversation, but he states that Misty may have been with a friend about a week prior to the disappearance of the young girl.
Gotcha.
A man who goes by the name of Greg. I asked police about that, and they say they've made contact with this person, but again, they're not divulging anything.
All right.
Stobbs also said she'd be found very soon.
More Prime News coming up. Thanks, everyone. Stay with us.